Hey guys, quick question. Does this make me look like an elite goal scorer? The Vegas Golden Knights win! 5-1 against the Boston Bruins. And really, I'm gonna take these out because I don't know how nasally I sound, but yeah, you know. Oh, that is gross. Allergy season, and it's a PAVEL DOROFEYEV hat trick season, I guess, because we'll get there. This game is interesting because for the first half, we were getting goalied a little bit, but also like, I don't know. Swayman and Hill both had to make spectacular saves in the first half, but like not most of them. There was just a few, you know, because of the sheer insane amount of odd man rushes for both teams, like a coach's nightmare, an Oilers fan's dream. But yeah, no, this is and the funny thing is like, that was basically the first half of the game. 0-0, a couple of odd man rushes. Boston came to play early. Vegas kind of came back earlier than we weren't down already when we had to start coming back. So that was refreshing. But it was like the Red Wings game, which seemed forever ago now, started similarly, but Vegas didn't have nearly the jump that they seemed to find throughout the first period. But it's 0-0 until on the power play, which is just automatic at this point. Vegas is so good on the power. We are power play merchants, and I'm proud, and I'm gonna make that joke again. PAVEL DOROFEYEV, oh my goodness, this kid, fantastic. Team tied 28th goal of the season. Great stuff from him. He's doing fantastic. And our power play, which is second in the league, fantastic. Just so good. So good. But even still, at this point in the game, even though we just took the lead, I can't help but feel a little bit disappointed in the fact that it took us this long to score, because after Sunday's game and Saturday's, quite frankly, you know, I needed Vegas to really, you know, give it to the Bruins, not because the Bruins did anything wrong necessarily, but because they are not in the playoffs right now at like a playoff position, and we just need to have some kind of dominating win. Edmonton, 2 points behind us. They got another point tonight in an overtime loss against Winnipeg, but they already like were down Draisaitl. Connor McDavid got injured, and then Stuart Skinner got injured with 5 minutes left to go. Rough night to be an Oilers fan, for sure. But also you got a point, and so anyway, they're 2 points behind us, and we need to pick up the pace, you know, if we want to win the Pacific Division, giving us an easier route in the playoffs. Like, any team can beat any team. We could lose to a wild card team, but like I would feel more confident in our ability to get our footing. And also, I want to, so dominant win for an easier route in the playoffs, but also I want to believe, you know, that Vegas could do it and can actually, you know, do good in the playoffs instead of what they were looking like in the last 3 games, which is to be a first round exit or even second round exit. Like, the thing is with the goals for this team, because of its Vegas, it's cup or bust, really. And 1 is not enough, and 1 is great. I'm so glad that we have that, and I would not trade that for anything less than a cup, obviously, but at the same time, once you get that, you need to get it again, right? Tampa Bay back-to-back, Colorado's got 3, and it's just, you need another one. We ended the second period getting a goal, like in the last minute of the period, from none other than PAVEL DOROFEYEV, who had gotten high-sticked and had plug both of his nostrils, hence the beginning bit that, I don't know, I thought it was funny. And that was right after Jack Eichel got a weird puck to his foot and had to go down the tunnel. Both Eichel and PAVEL DOROFEYEV went down the tunnel. And I had just thought to myself, because I had just heard about the Oilers news, wow, the hockey gods must really not like Edmonton and not want them to, you know, win the Pacific. And then that happened to Vegas. So I was like, hockey gods are LA Kings fans. Got it. But PAVEL DOROFEYEV, 2 plug nostrils, 2 goals in the second period. Fantastic! And we still have a third period to go. But still, it's 2-0. Anything can happen. It's an NHL game, and you just want Vegas to have more of a complete game that has that offensive touch, and then goal, goal, goal. First, Brett Howden continues a fantastic season. He's doing really, really great. His 18th. Just fantastic. I'm gonna say that so much, and William Karlsson. William Karlsson was on a line with Riley Smith and Nick Waugh today, and they played on lines before, but it's fun because we have Smith again. And William Karlsson's back in the lineup. Fantastic! We brought him off of LTIR and retroactively added Shea Theodore, which I don't think we needed to do monetarily wise, but with us being able to accrue cap space throughout the season, the idea is that if he, you know, stays on LTIR, which he's going to, he's been out for, it's completely legitimate, and this is the first time we've really needed to use it so far this year. And we can't add anybody else, so none of that ridiculous arguments. It's interesting to me that I don't know the math exactly. I think it's just to make sure that we can do recalls in case anybody gets injured, be able to call people up and not play man down. And that's literally the only reason that we're doing this, according to my math, if Puckpedia is accurate and all that jazz. And these sources on Twitter. So that's fun. William Karlsson almost fed Riley Smith a beautiful goal that was robbed by Swayman. That was one of his robs in the first period. But back to the game, we're up 3-0 and then 4-0 because of PAVEL Dorofeyev hat trick. Yay! Yay! His second of the season, his career, and this time in a win. That's fantastic. The previous one was against Nashville, and he was literally the only good thing that happened in that game for Vegas fans. Brandon Saad with a beautiful feed over to, honestly, just a really good game in general from Brandon Saad. And from Vegas, from the power play goal that got us going the rest of the way. Really, really dominant win for the second half of this game. And I wish we could start on time so that we can play like that the entirety of the game and then be up 5-0 at the half point, that we don't blow because we, you know, start playing back and all that jazz. So that would be nice. Is that asking too much to do that against a non-playoff team if you're supposedly one of the cup contenders? I don't think so, but that's what is expected if you actually are a cup contender. And so we'll see. This game also started at 7 p.m. later, so feeding into that narrative of, you know, we are good in those games and suck at games that start before that, but we're at home for the next two that start before that. So we'll see. I think it's 5 time. I'm still skipping part of the game, but you know, this is the way that my brain works when, you know, it's 12:45 a.m. my time, right after the game finished. Ivan Barbashev from Jack Eichel for goal number 5. It's a fantastic play from Jack Eichel. He gets 82 points. Like, he hits the 82 point mark, so guaranteed point per game, even though I think he already sat a couple of games and so he was already at that point. But hey, no, 82 points, you know, fantastic from Jack Eichel. Really, for him and for Vegas, at this point, the goal for him is to get to 100 points for regular season goals, because he's still breaking records with every point he gets from here on out. New franchise high for single season points from the Vegas Golden Knights, and I really want to see us have a 100 point player, and Jack Eichel is fantastic, is really good at hockey, and, you know, got injured in this game but looked fine later. He came back and played, and same with Dorofeyev. He came back again, 2 things up his nostrils and scored a hat trick. The last tally mark for this game was waiting for the shutout, but of course it's broken with about 2 minutes left to go, and it's none other than Morgan Geekie, who scored a hat trick on us last year from the Bruins, and so that was not fun. Vegas holds on, we win. There were a couple of weird penalty non-calls, like it would have been giving Vegas a power play / the phantom tripping in the beginning, but you know, is what it is. There were like a couple of missed high sticks against Vegas that were completely obvious because they were off the draw, but for the Riley Smith one was okay because he got slashed after that, and so they called that one. You know, that makes it okay that they missed the penalty before that. It doesn't. I don't know. I'm not a ref. I don't have eyes like them, I guess. But cool. Where do we go from here? We have a game again on Saturday and Sunday. Back-to-back Saturday-Sunday games. That's fantastic. But at home this time, even though they're earlier, against the Red Wings on Saturday and then the Lightning on Sunday. So, you know, Hill was great tonight. Swayman was good as well, so talking about both goalies there. But Vegas is the better team. They should have won this game like they did, and they did it. That's good. You need to do that against teams that you should. So let's get revenge against Detroit from last week and have a positive video to talk about on Saturday, and then also win against the Lightning because they are on a heater. And yeah, Vasi looks like unbeatable Vasi again. So that's what we have to look forward to. You know, today was great. This game was fantastic. It was so good. So let's go with that. Thank you, Golden Knights, for that. And let's look forward to, you know, continuing with this surge into the playoffs with the games this weekend. That's going to be it for Game 68's Nightly Review. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good night.